Hello, my fair citizens. My name is Strider Stone. I'm the mayor of Sodian City, and for this week's town hall, we are graced with VeggieWagon. He's a very, very funny content creator, so make sure to check him out. Stay salty and enjoy the video. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the town hall. I have VeggieWagon with us. How are you doing, VeggieWagon?
I'm feeling great.
This is just a shit show already.
There's no illusions here. We're starting off the way that it's gonna end. So,
yeah, yes, exactly. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Well, yeah, how you doing this morning? What's going
on? It's a good day. Off from work. Got a lot of cool content stuff planned.
Work? It's 9 a.m. How are you off from work?
Look, well, for me.
Oh, that's right. You have the day off.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, 11 for me.
I thought it was like you just got off of work. Like you just.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Work. I was like, oh no, Jesus, that sounds terrible.
No, full day off.
You have a day job then?
Hmm.
So you have a day job and everything now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard something that you were moving. Are you moving soon?
I am.
A thing? Or am I crazy?
No, I'll be moving in a couple months. So trying to figure out the best option for me. You know, I could just go somewhere close, continue doing what I'm doing,
mm-hmm.
but certainly see the potential for something big. So I'm exploring all avenues.
Interesting. Potential for something big, like you got offered something, or there's possibly something in the works, or give me some juicy stuff. Give me something juicy. Come on.
I'd love to be able to tell you that there was some sort of crazy offer, but more so, I'm definitely the kind of person that will just up and move cities for the heck of it if the stars align. There's a lot of really cool people in the community that are all over the country, all over the world, and so I wouldn't rule out a big move somewhere else, just if it all works out, but I don't have any specific plans yet.
Interesting. So does your lease end in a couple months, so you're just like forced to move? Got it.
Well, not so much forced to move. Currently I live with one of my best friends, and it's just kind of that time, you know. This was never supposed to be a permanent option, and then this whole COVID thing happened, and so I'm very happy to give him his house back.
Yes, I could imagine. How long have you been there the whole time? Like 2 years?
Yeah, and then another year before that.
Oh, geez.
So
this is a good friend, though.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
As long as you're paying rent. If you're not paying rent, then he's getting taken advantage of, and you're the bad friend. Calling you out right now.
Don't worry. I am. What would happen though if I was like, no? Are you kidding? I've been stealing his money. I go through his wallet every day.
I would say that you're the type of person that would pay him back over time. That would be my guess. You seem like that type of person. Like if you were in a position to where you actually needed help from somebody, you would be surrounded by friends that would help you. And then you would be in a position to where if you, or like once you were in a spot where you could start paying him the rent or something, you would pay him back over time. That's the kind of person that I see you as, but I don't know you well enough So I don't. This whole thing could be a facade, and you could be like the biggest dick on the face of the planet, which would be hilarious. And then I would say, "Welcome to Sodium City," fully, but but also at the same time, you wouldn't pay your taxes, so fuck off.
Yeah, my next cosplay is Yoshi. I'm not paying my taxes.
Is it really?
No.
Are you gonna be Yoshi?
No.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. Like, yes.
But there's
Who's gonna ride you?
I don't know. There's some kind of joke about I don't even understand the layers to it, but apparently Yoshi does not pay his taxes. So that's
I don't know the lore of that.
I don't either.
Think I've
I
ever
just
heard that.
keep seeing it for some reason.
What? Wait, hold on. Okay, now I have to investigate. This is what happens on the stream. Hold on. Yoshi doesn't pay tax. Because I watch a lot of the Mario speedrunners, and I haven't heard of that. It's back in 2018. Yoshi committed tax fraud.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna message it to you on Discord. Okay. Yoshi commits tax fraud refers to jokes that the Nintendo creator Yoshi of Super Mario series illegally evaded paying his tax. Got it. Okay. Okay, so okay. Jokes on minor spread on social media before popularized several okay, blah blah blah. Origin, a Tumblr user, I don't know what that name is. Responded to post by DRN. Okay. Okay, the post was 64 things wrong with Yoshi was the video, and the reply was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but after every single number it says nothing. And then the person right after that replied with, Yoshi has committed tax fraud. And the person said, give me proof or I will find you for accusing Yoshi of breaking the law. And he replied with a picture of Yoshi saying, I committed tax fraud, which is clearly MS Paint. It's a beautiful painting, I must say.
Yeah, right? Hand drawn.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, you won't see it, but look it up. And if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the links below or the description below, because that's hilarious. Yeah, that's actually really funny. Interesting. And so now you're the Yoshi because you're not paying taxes.
Right.
I see.
Right.
Okay, well, since you mentioned moving and then you mentioned the community, does that mean you're looking to move in with somebody else in the community, or are you just looking to move closer to people in the community?
I mean, honestly, I would do either of those things. You know, it's definitely a priority, like finding somewhere where I can just like connect with people easily, which I don't like right now. I'm in the Boston area, and there are plenty of people, but you know, now only
that's
now
where Amazonian is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Amy's awesome. Have you gotten to hang out with her yet?
No. I mean, there's I only just started doing whatever it is that I'm doing during this whole pandemic thing, so I know I've been cautious, and everybody else has been cautious, but hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah, have you reached out to her at all?
Very briefly, there was one of us posted something about being in Boston, and then the other one was like, "Hey, you're in Boston," and then it was pretty much like, cool. You know, if you're ever doing things outside of your house, let me know. It'd be cool to hang out and do stuff. And and she was like, yeah, I don't leave the house much, so I'll let you know.
She doesn't.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, she's funny though.
But,
interesting though.
Yeah,
so I feel like a lot of people are East Coast. a lot of people in the community East Coast.
Really? I don't know. Maybe
Yes.
it's because of like the I feel the FOMO stronger, but it's like to me it feels like everybody's on the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait, who's on the West Coast?
I don't know, everybody. Um,
Okay. Okay, when you say community, are you talking about Commander, cosplay, like modern, MTG Arena? I guess that's the next question because these are almost all completely separate communities, and I know you're almost involved in almost all of them.
I don't know. I
You're
guess
kind of like the whore of the community. People just pass you around because you're fantastic.
you know what? I accept that. I accept that title. What an honor. I'm the MTG community bicycle.
Yes, I think you're the first person I've ever said that to. So yeah, there you go. It is. It should be an honor. I'll have to send you a trophy.
Oh my god. I don't know. It's hard for me to separate those communities in my head, I guess. But
Yeah, because it's just all MTG to you.
yeah. Well, also like
Yeah.
because I'm still new to all of them. Um,
Really?
yeah, I mean I've played Magic for a long time, but uh, it, I was never really part of like I was never really part of the online community at all. And even while I was playing, I wasn't someone that like frequented like my LGS or uh sought out other people to play with. It was more like, oh, I play with my friends, and sometimes I'll meet one of their friends that
Yeah.
plays.
So like normal stuff.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
but
No, sure.
how do we get here? We so right, community time zones.
Just the different. Yes.
So
Yeah. So you were big on kind of just networking within the community and going to LGSs and stuff, and then you became online. I assume because of COVID.
COVID and boredom. It was just like I had started streaming during I started streaming during COVID, like pretty
Hmm.
early on. But I was just streaming with my friend Jake that I live with. We were doing Super Smash Brothers. Just like we were like, hey, we're playing it all the time.
Wait. Melee?
Ultimate.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Continue.
Look,
Sorry.
these are not made for Melee, all right? This too slow, too inarticulate. I can't keep up.
No, I completely understand. I completely understand. It's like
Plus
half the
you
Melee
don't
community don't have hands anymore.
you don't want
That's
me
why.
because when I did play Melee, I played Ice Climbers.
Hey, that's to one of my really good friends is a very popular ice climbs player. His name is Wobbles, which they kind of
Wait, you
named
okay?
the
No,
infinite after Wobbles.
yes,
So
I am aware
yeah,
of
yeah.
wobbles
His
and
na- his
wobbling.
name is yeah, his name is Rob, and he lived in Arizona and went to ASU for a while. So we were really good friends when he was there, and he moved back to Texas, and we still keep in touch every once in a while. And he streams from time to time, but just not Melee. But yeah, a lot of the AZ crew still plays Melee, and yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arizona is the place to be. Move to Arizona.
All right.
I don't think there's any MTG content creators in Arizona outside of me. So it's probably not a great place
Okay, well
if you're
that's look.
strictly looking for that.
Look, there's
However,
you and
yes,
that's I mean,
it's also a really good area. I'm gonna sell Arizona for you right now, okay?
okay.
Just as a regular state. Arizona is amazing because it's a weekend trip away from anything you want to do. If you want to go skiing or snowboarding,
Hmm?
you're a weekend trip away from Colorado or Nevada, anywhere. Utah, anywhere in there. I guess Nevada doesn't really have anything, but Utah. You're a weekend trip away from Vegas, weekend trip away from California Beach, weekend trip away from Mexico. I mean, you can get to all these places within 5 hours outside of Colorado or something, but
All right.
everything is just a weekend trip away, whether it's a beach or skiing, snowboarding. It's amazing. The diversity in Arizona, think LA in California, but way cheaper.
I like that.
It feels like all of the smart immigrants came to Arizona because California was too expensive. They're like, fuck this. Let's go to Arizona. And so it's amazing. We get all the best food from California, except it's cheaper. Like, it's fantastic. So we have amazing food, amazing people, and anything you want to do, it's really, really close. And it's still relatively cheap compared to other, except if you're talking like Midwest. It's still relatively cheap to live here compared to the rest of the US. But
I mean, I
obviously the current inflation is pretty brutal everywhere, so
yeah.
I have no idea how that's looking currently, but it was before. And there's a ton of tech jobs here because there's no natural disasters, there's no floods, there's no earthquakes, there's no tornado, there's literally nothing. So those are the good parts of Arizona. Bad parts are it gets really, really hot for about 2 or 3 months out of the year. And then for a couple other months, it's uncomfortably hot. But the rest, probably about 4 or 5 months out of the year, it's really nice weather. So
All right. I mean, I'm not planning on going outside.
that's yeah, exactly. I don't go outside. My time's going outside. I'm maybe outside for 15 minutes, and that's when I'm on my scooter going to work or something. And that's like it. When I had a car, it would be walking to the air conditioning car and then walking to the air conditioning office. So, there's good hiking places here and stuff like that. But all that said, that is my pitch for Arizona. That's all I can really say.
All right, cool. I'm on my way.
Sold. Sold. But yeah, I mean there are a couple people on West Coast. Like, but I don't know if there's huge people on the West Coast. I'm trying to think.
Well, okay, I think this
'Cause
is what skews my uh perception of it is uh I'm on MTG Nerd Girl's streaming team, Degenerate Gaming. She's
Mhm.
West Coast.
Shout outs to MTG Nerd Girl.
And yeah. I feel like a lot of people on that team are also West Coast. I don't know if that is coincidental or
I
not.
didn't know that.
But you know,
I didn't even know she was West Coast. I also didn't know that a lot of people on her team were West Coast because CGB isn't. I don't think.
no, he's Michigan.
Yeah, and then Ollie is East Coast as well. I'm trying to think of who is.
Yeah. Or maybe even I don't know. It just
Jaffer isn't
all right,
either.
your facts that you're pointing out, okay, are getting in the way of my perception.
Oh no, I'm trying to think of who's on. Hold on. Team members. Okay, I'm on the site now. Okay. So Ollie isn't, CGB isn't, James isn't, Adam the Ant? I'm
Yeah.
not actually sure.
Yeah, he's West Coast.
He is? Oh, I didn't know that. And Everos? Okay, I don't know some of these people. Oh, is Astral Flames? Astral Flames is Kelly, right?
No, Astral's Canada, like I'm pretty sure same time zone as.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe it just like sticks out more when I'm like talking to people, but like
maybe.
I don't know. I
You're
may
like, oh,
or
West Coast. I think
especially
that's
like
so
what
weird, actually.
it's like maybe it's the commander community that's more West Coast, because I feel like I whenever I'm like
Yeah.
playing a game with somebody, it's always like, you know, PST, PST, PST. I'm like, I should know how to convert that by now, but
Yeah. Another great part of oh my gosh, my voice just went crazy. What another great part about Arizona is that there's no daylight savings time.
wait, what?
That's fantastic. Yeah. You don't have to change your clocks. Nope. None of it. Don't even have to worry about
What? How does that
it.
how does it work?
So sometimes we're California time and other times we're Mountain Standard Time. Yeah. So right now it's 9:30, but in California it's 8:30.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
is it's kind of cool because when you're a streamer or something
mhm.
and you normally like you have a regular work day and you start at let's say 5 p.m.
Hmm.
on sometimes you'll hit that PST, the California, and it's like, okay, it's 4 for them, which means I get them kind of a little bit before they get off work. So you're more geared towards East Coast. But then when time zone changes, you're closer to PST when they start getting off work and they're actually home. And then, but you kind of miss out on the East Coast. And it's almost natural, and you don't have to change your schedule whatsoever.
Right.
They kind of change their schedule. So you're exposed to 2 different time zones without changing your schedule at all. So it's kind of cool. It's interesting. It would be better if you started at like 3 instead of 5, or 3 or 4 instead of 5, but you know, I have a day job, so can't really do that. Wait, so what do you do for your day job?
I work at a reality gaming facility.
Like augmented reality?
Reality. Yeah, it's
Or like reality TV reality?
nope,
I don't know what that
just
means.
reality. Yeah, I that's there's not really a good way to explain it.
Like a land center?
So it is it's a group activity in the same like family as escape rooms. Uh and like obstacle courses and things like that. So it's like a real live physical tangible thing that you're doing
Yeah, yeah.
with a team. Uh but it's not like, oh, we're stuck in this room for X amount of time. Our goal is to get out of it. And it's not like, oh,
Uh-huh.
we're just doing like this ropes course.
Hmm.
It's like a combination of those things. And on top of that, it's different levels. So it's like, oh, I'm going to go in with my team. We've got to accomplish whatever the challenge is together. And if we do it, we move on to level 2. Like it unlocks level 2. And then that's a totally new challenge. As a team, we have to try and uh beat that.
So is it like a tower? Do you have
Yeah.
is it an anime? Do you have to pass it to go
Right.
to the next level of the tower? And then is there a final boss? Are you the
Yeah,
boss?
I'm the boss. It's just me in a room.
You just throw magic cards at them. Avoid all paper cuts.
But it's very
that's
cool.
that's actually interesting. I have a hard time actually imagining that.
Yeah, it's the only one of its kind in the
Hmm.
United States. Uh,
It's probably why I have a hard time imagining it. It seems interesting though. That's fascinating. Wait, so who comes up with the games?
It's a combination. There's an in-house team that uh is constantly like maintaining and like updating all of these challenges. But they also are working like to design new ones and put those in. But the
Uh-huh.
company as a whole is a Swedish company that already had a bunch of like locations in Europe, and they had created some of their own challenges, and so some of them are just like pretty much recreations of those ones that were designed there.
Yeah, yeah. Which makes sense because it's not like people, if it's the only one in America, it's not like people are exposed to those.
Yeah.
Or very few people are exposed to those. Interesting. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard about that. Hmm. How frequently do the challenges change? Is it like seasonal?
I feel like there's they usually do a new one every like 4 to 6 months,
Okay.
but there's 20 different ones at a time. So yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Wait, so how long are people there? Like all day? Does it take an hour for each level? How long does it?
That's it. Well, usually people are there for a couple hours. But all of the all of the challenges are brief, I guess. Not in amount of time that it takes you to complete them, but brief in like man in like I guess how long it could take you to complete it, if that makes sense. So uh it's it's hard to explain.
Is it like, yeah, and I know that's the hardest part. It's hard for me to envision it.
Oh, here,
I assume
this'll
you're not
help.
a marketer for
It's
this.
it's 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 all like trial and error based. Um
Okay,
so
okay.
think like your first time playing the original like Super Mario games. Nobody read the instruction
Mm,
booklet.
okay.
You just turn it on and you're like,
Correct.
"All right, I'm going. Oh, I ran into that little that little creature
That
there,
first
that
Goomba.
first Goomba. Oh, I
Yeah.
okay. Well, I lost. I have to go all the way back to the beginning, but now I know don't run into that. Okay, cool. I jumped over that. Got over the thing. Oh, it was turtle. That looks friendly. Oh, I ran into that. I died. I have to go back to the beginning. So the span of the level is actually pretty short, but you
So it's more of figuring
right,
it out.
right.
Takes the length of the time, not necessarily
Yeah.
doing it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So when you move, what would you what are you looking for in a job? Is it just anything you can do, or are you looking to go full-time content
I
creation?
I mean, I would love to do that. I would love nothing more than to do that. It's been I don't know, really refreshing and like invigorating to start this journey, and I've gotten a lot of support. It's very encouraging.
Yeah.
And this is I think where everything's kind of been leading to. Like before this, I was an actor, and I knew there was a lot in that world that I connected with, and that I felt good doing like full time. Uh
Wait, like Johnny Sins type of actor, or like Brad Pitt type of actor?
hey, we already established that I'm uh
That's fair. That was on the failed part of the podcast. We'll cut that out. It's PG. This is
right,
PG
right.
podcast. Don't Google that name at work. All right. Don't Google that name. If you're listening to this, don't Google that name. I should have prefaced that. But he is a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
that way. Yeah.
Um
Yes.
I
Wait, so were you in plays, or were you in like movies or TV shows, or just shorts, or just kind of anything you could come
A little bit of
across?
everything. Um,
Okay.
it's I'll put this out there because I'm like someday somebody will find this and I will be horrified and also so
Right,
so
writing it down.
entertained. Um, so I did a little bit of everything, uh like stage acting and commercials and like industrial stuff, and then also like TV and film. And my big my big network TV debut was on BET. Wait for it. Uh,
Go on.
playing an adult film star.
So you were Johnny
Yeah,
Sins.
exactly. And in the episode, I get murdered with a guy wielding a samurai sword.
What did you do to this guy? All right, no, I'll find it. What is this show called?
No, no,
Do we know?
that's your challenge. That's your
Okay.
challenge.
Okay.
Can't make
All right, I'll figure this out. I will
right. It's
find
the
this. I will find this. This, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be spliced into this
oh god.
podcast on YouTube for sure. Somewhere, some part of it, it'll just be you. Okay, so did you get stabbed? Did you get sliced down? Was it? Did you get tortured, like death by a thousand cuts?
No, this was just like
Or is that still spoiler? Is
I
that
feel I feel like
spoilers?
it's
I don't
probably
know.
already spoilers that I said that I get killed, but no, it's just like one rampage, uh one emotional rampage, and he just slices me down.
Oh, okay. That's amazing, actually. Wait, so were you like, okay, no, I'll figure it out. I am so intrigued. This is fantastic. This is so weird. So many people that I end up interviewing for the or just like having come on end up being like token famous, I guess. Like one of the other guys that I had was I Am Boy Hero, and he's like big into music, and he performs on pretty big stages and stuff like that. And so that was really cool talking to him about music and stuff because I like a lot of music, but I don't know anything about like film and TV like at all. So it's very weird. That's really cool though. Wait, so what made you get out of that and start going into your own stuff?
The combination of
Or are you still into
like
that?
it's hard. um
Is that why you want to go to the West Coast? So you can go to
Shit,
California?
no. I'm not there. I'm not there.
Hell no.
I it's a very difficult career path that is super dependent on on luck. You do need to really get lucky, and I had a couple breaks that I'm very grateful for, but there's a
Hmm.
lot of things that can just like kind of kill your momentum, and certainly pandemic did not help. um like I things were looking pretty good for me, as somebody who did not have training and did not have connections at the point where I said this is what I think I want to do. And I did, I think, the best for what I had. um and like kind of outgrew the area that I have been living in. Made let me pack up my life, move to the Boston area. There's a lot going on there. Then took I took this day job as like something um that was like, it was cool, and it was like, all right, this will kind of hold me over until I till I figure out my networking here, and kind of establish a little bit more, and then bam, the world shut down, and like
Yeah.
I couldn't like maintain my like union status, and like just the opportunities were dead for a long time, and uh that set me back
Yeah.
so far. And then in the meantime, I just started doing some magic content, and that that satisfied everything that I was looking for out of the acting career, plus more, because like
Mhm.
it's certainly still a very difficult like career path, and it's still, you definitely need to get lucky. If you
Yeah.
who knows what the real factors
Yeah,
are for
yeah,
like
definitely.
something going viral or blah
Yeah.
blah blah, but the community.
Yeah. You definitely have to get
Yes,
lucky.
yeah.
100%.
And I
Yeah.
mean, like,
The thing is you have to make sure that you're in a position to where you can get lucky.
yeah,
So the best way to do it, so if you have content on every platform, the chances of somebody finding you is much
right,
higher. If you focus on one platform, somebody may find you, but a person that may be able to get you viral, or somebody who's looking to sponsor somebody, may only be looking on this other platform, but they may have really liked your content, but they'll never see you because you're not on that
right.
platform. And people don't seem to recognize that. They're like, oh, it's only luck. I'm like, yes, but you can increase
Mm,
your luck by doing certain
right.
things. And that's one thing that I liked about you, because you're kind of all over the place. And that's really smart, and a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So,
I try, and it makes sense. And like, I guess that's kind of some
yeah.
of the same mindset of like the acting path, where you're just like that. It's the same idea, like, okay, you know that you need to get lucky, but you want to make sure to set yourself up to have the highest chance of that happening. um
Exactly.
and I guess also, like, also part of it was a lot of this whole thing started on TikTok, of all platforms. Like, uh not not what I thought I was gonna like. I never thought that I would be on TikTok at all. um and it was just another one of those things where it was like, hey, I don't have anything else to do. And like, the first things that I put out were parodies, which are actually really hard to do on other platforms, because you almost can't do them on YouTube because of copyright stuff,
Copyright
and
stuff.
they'll
Yeah.
just shut you down, even if it's close, like even if it's not a copyright infringement. They're just like, no, 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 we felt like this was like kind of something, so videos down. um TikTok, however,
Yeah.
has a bunch of like deals already set in place, so that all of the users can use all of this copyrighted music. um and so,
I don't even know if it's deals.
right, or yeah, who knows that.
I just think they. I don't think. I just think they don't care.
I
Because
did make sure, like, to do my 5 minutes of research, just to make sure. I was like, I don't want anything happening to this. And they have made some sort of deal. I don't or they have some sort of arrangement with a bunch of like record companies for to be able to. I don't know how it works, because also, like, all of the clips on TikTok are like 5 seconds, so that probably is protected anyway.
yeah,
But yeah, that was the only place I could put anything.
you,
And so
you'd
I
be
made one, and that was
surprised.
that. And
But
then I was
yeah,
like, okay, but this is not really like I love everybody that I've met on there. But that's not like really my platform. especially for the things that really like cause you to grow, like the trends and things. Like if I see something where I'm like, I could do that, that's funny, I'll do it. But um,
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, naturally I want to be on some other platforms. Like I want to be on Twitch, I want to be on YouTube, I want to be on Twitter, where that's like more of my way to connect with people. Um, and so I don't know, it just felt natural to be on all of those other things.
Yeah. Wait, so why Twitter? I I hate Twitter. Kind of. All right, let me give you my backstory on that. I guess it's not really a big backstory, but I was on Twitter and I followed a bunch of
Hmm.
MTG people because that's when I started doing
Yeah.
MTG content. And then I hated Twitter. I was skeptical on Twitter beforehand, but then when I was on MTG Twitter, I hated it. So I ended up unfollowing everybody on Twitter that, like, almost everybody. And then I only followed things that I actually was interested in or was
Hmm.
entertained by. And I was like, Twitter's actually fucking awesome. Like, I love Twitter. And then I started doing this news show for MTG content, and then I had to refollow like all these MTG people, and I was like, man, I hate Twitter. So I don't know if it's just I hate MTG or I hate MTG people or I don't know what it is, or I hate MTG drama. I don't know what it is specifically, but it's only on Twitter because on Twitch, I don't really have any problems with MTG people. And same with YouTube. I don't have problems with any MTG people. But Twitter, man, if I'm under the influence, I call people the fuck out. And I don't know if it's bad or good because nobody replies to it. But I do get DMs from people that are like, "Thank you for saying that." So, like, I know there's some people that follow me that I don't think they have any business following me. And they don't want to show. I feel like they don't want to show that they follow me because I also know that they follow me on
Hmm.
Twitch or they'll be in my Twitch stream, but they will never say anything and they'll never like admit that they watch me. Really? They won't admit that they don't watch me. They'll just never like they'll never be like, "Oh yeah, this is a really tight stream." Because I'm definitely not for everybody. I'm definitely not for everybody. I'm a really odd person. But how do you land on MTG Twitter, and how do you like it so much?
I
Because you're doing something that I don't, so I need to learn from you. Teach me the way.
I mean, I will say I have found that I have a much higher like tolerance for like drama and
Stupidity.
stupid people. Uh and
Well, me too, but
it's easier for me to like I gain so much more from the good that is there, like from that constant
Mhm.
interaction from people, like just from I get so much out of like, oh, I posted some stupid joke that I was thinking of, and like seeing the people that laugh at it, seeing the people that uh that are entertained, or just by like
Yeah,
seeing those things from then friends that I've made, that gives me a lot.
yeah,
And definitely I see all of the other stuff. I see the drama. I see I see people that are complaining about things, and the other stuff gives me so much more than that takes away, which is not
mhm,
true for most people, I think. That it is worth it for
yeah.
me, for sure.
So it's like the glass is full, but sometimes when you're drifting around a corner, the water overflows a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get the
No.
reference? Oh, okay. Damn it. It was an Initial D reference. I don't know how it's a very obscure reference. It's some anime that like not a lot of people have seen. But
But it's one of the I respect that. Sometimes you just have to like sprinkle in a little bit of like something obscure
sometimes.
to see because like if when somebody
Yeah,
gets it, you're
exactly.
like, oh yes, yes.
Finally.
I didn't get it, but you know.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. So he would basically be in a car, and his dad was trying to teach him how to drive basically without telling him that he had to drive, and he delivered tofu to like hotels and stuff. And so he would have to go down this mountain, and he would have to do it really fast. So he would drift around the whole mountain and do it like crazy, crazy fast at like 3 a.m. or whatever. And so his dad would put a cup of water on in the cup holder, and he would fill it
Yeah,
up because tofu is like soaked in water. He's like, yeah, don't let the water overflow in the cup, or else you're going to spill the tofu as
gotcha.
well. And so his whole thing was trying to drift around corners
Right, getting
without.
it like
And then
perfectly.
he got into racing, yeah. And then he got into racing and all this other crazy shit. But yeah, that's how you are on Twitter. That's what we're going
Yeah,
with. You're delivering tofu on
it's
Twitter. That is what we've taken
hey,
away from
that's
this.
perfect. And yeah, I think the other things that really like speak to me on that platform are like it is a constant like way to communicate with people, which you don't get out of some of the other platforms, or like I don't know, it doesn't work for me as well. Like you can do that on TikTok, but you will then have to like do it on a video or something, and you can DM people, but as that I it didn't I something about it didn't quite work the same for me. um I do like that it's public, um because it's a way for like people to find me. Like I can't just make a stupid joke somewhere else and have it like reach the people that get it all the time the way that it does on
That's
Twitter.
fair.
Um
Yeah.
and and also Twitter doesn't have that same copyright problem that like YouTube does. Um where I can post one of my videos on there that's like a parody, and that I know that I can that people that will be entertained by that can find it.
I thought they were doing copyright stuff.
They haven't.
Cuz I know that there was one anime studio that was copyright striking a bunch of anime
Hmm.
Twitters, even if it was just pictures, like from mangas or something like that.
Well,
But it was also through other clips. So I don't know if it was just through that or if it was also through music and people just don't care or
yeah, I
what.
think it's just the difference in approach. Like YouTube is very proactive. Like just the fact that you
Yeah.
can
Well, they have
upload
a
a
they have a content ID
right.
system.
Right. You like they'll kill
Yeah.
your video before it's on the platform, because they're like, we detected
Yeah.
something that we don't like. But I'm I'm willing
Exactly.
to take a few risks to make people happy. If a video gets taken down and some entity is upset with me, then we'll figure it out from there. But
Yeah. Yeah, it can be dangerous, but at the same time, most companies they don't care. Um, just because it's not worth the hassle. If a giant record company, like if you made some music, some parody, and you uploaded it to Twitter and stuff like that, a big giant record company isn't going to go after you because the cost of just hiring a lawyer is way more than any type of money that they're going to ever be able to get
right.
from you. But obviously, that's not a way to look at things. But also, usually, they just don't really care. What happens is that there'll be some random people, some random developer, and they'll make a program that actually just searches all videos for X amount of, audio clip. And what they'll do is they'll dump a giant list and be like, hey, they'll go to the record company and they're like, hey, we found 100,000 videos that have your music on it. We can issue copyright claims and we can actually get money for these videos for you. We'll give you 20% if you let us keep 80% and you don't even have to do anything. And they're like, where do I sign? Because record companies don't have to do anything. They're like, yeah, give me 20%. Sure, I don't have to do anything. And that's usually what ends up happening. So it's not really the record company that's doing the copyright claims. It's this other company that is contracted by them. So that's why it seems so shady most of the time, because it's a shady company that built that software that went to the record company just trying to steal money from people. What? So that's the backstory of that. But yeah.
Well, eventually
enjoy that information.
The plan will be to find some people that can help me, because the thing with parodies is you are almost definitely in the clear, or like you there it's very hard to have a case against you if you are creating everything from scratch. I don't have the capability to do that right now, but I would love at some point to be able to like, pay musicians to like, hey, I need a track that sounds like this song, and then that's pretty well like protected under all copyright fair use stuff.
What do you mean by that? Trying to get them to do something that sounds like it using a different instrument, or something that's like out of key?
Even just like if you're making your own recording, like when I do mine, I have to find a track,
like the instrumental of that song. Yeah.
But if you have an original recording of it, that's one, it's very unlikely to be caught by those programs that are looking for like things to copyright strike, and then also you have a much stronger case to be like this is something that like I created, that like entirely, that is very transformative, and not like it is now not your thing.
Yeah, basically. Most instrumentals are already made that way though, because the artists don't typically release instrumentals. Typically. That I know of.
Yeah, but
they might. Interesting though. Yeah, I recently had somebody make a track for me for my stream intro. And it wasn't too bad, but if I had to get somebody to do parodies and stuff for me all the time, that would get very expensive. So I don't know how much money you're making off TikTok, but I hear people don't make all that much, even with like millions of views.
No, are you kidding? I'm not making money off of anything.
You're not making money on TikTok at all? Wait, how many views do your videos get on TikTok?
As far as TikTok numbers go, none. It's really? still, and I think we'll probably continue to be, unless I end up with big schedule change. It's still very much like a passion project, because even the stuff that I do, like even my favorite stuff, or the things that people end up liking the most, are not what, like, TikTok is not the platform for it. TikTok is not a platform for purely original content. It is it's a platform for taking a trend and either doing it very, very cleanly, like wow, this like the video just looks great, you look great in it, you did the thing, or for doing a unique spin on a trend, um, which have
Yeah.
been the videos
Or
that I've put up on there that have like gotten big views, um, but stuff like stuff like parodies and like sketches and uh even like uploading like Twitch clips and stuff like that. None of that doesn't do well on that platform.
yeah, I used to upload Twitch clips. So I stopped doing
Hmm.
TikTok a couple years back. Not because I didn't not because I didn't like it. It was more because I thought it was getting banned
Oh
in the
yeah, right. I
US.
remember that time.
And so I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna put any effort into this
Right,
because it's gonna
right.
get banned. Yeah, so I used to do mostly just clips from my Twitch, and yeah, I mean, I'm only getting a few hundred views on
Yeah,
each one, but I didn't put really any effort into
yeah,
it. So it's just kind of
right.
whatever.
Like I think
But
what I use it for
yeah.
now is like there are people that I know, like there are they're TikTok friends. They're people that's their primary platform. You know, I may not see them anywhere else, or like definitely not nearly as frequently. So I want to make sure that like I still get to I still get to talk to, you know, those people, and I still get to share like my videos with them. Um,
Hmm.
it's more like that's just a different community, but I don't think unless I suddenly have time to more do more research and put effort into like the type of videos that would gain traction on that platform, that I don't think I will be growing a ton on that. Um, but you know, that's all. It's all just time based. I like if I can clear up more time in my schedule, which you know I'm working on a plan for, uh, then I could do more stuff like that. But
Yeah. So what's taking up all your time then? Your day job and then streaming?
I mean, my day job and life, I guess. Like I work a full time job.
Mm, that's fair.
And
I forgot people did that.
right.
I forgot people had a
No, I mean
life.
not saying that I have a life. I'm just saying like just living, existing is
Trying to have a
right.
life.
Um, you know, cuz like I I respect people so much that are able to do a full-time job and then put out the amount and like quality of content that they do. Like I struggle so much just to keep like a consistent streaming schedule of a few times a week and to put out like a video here and there while still doing a full-time job, because it's like, okay, in theory I have this other time, but when do I exist as a person, you know? Like I guess I get home and I'm tired, and then I have the like I'm motivated to do this other stuff, but then I'm like, okay, but also like I gotta do laundry and I gotta eat, and uh, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
It's hard
definitely
for
know.
me, and I'm so impressed by the creators that are able to do that, um, and put out the quality of work that they do.
I mean, I think what you're doing is fine though. Even just streaming a few times a week is all you need. Usually what I tell people, especially if they're just starting out, I know you're not just starting out, but if somebody's just starting out to stream, I tell them to just not stream. Um, it's better to do like evergreen content. It's like doing stuff on YouTube or TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, stuff like that. It's just way better use of your time, and it takes it takes maybe more time depending on what kind of person you are, um, because how many takes you have to do, if you have to do recordings and stuff like that. Because I'm so bad at recording, I don't know why, but it's like really bad. But so I think what you're doing is perfectly fine. Usually 3 days a week is all you actually need because people are waiting. They're always waiting for your stream. They're like, oh, now I have to wait a couple more days. Now I have to wait a couple more days instead of, oh, easy, I'll just catch them tomorrow. You know, that type of stuff. So you're building up that anticipation. People want to come back. So they adjust their schedule specifically for your schedule. So it's a little bit easier to do that when you're only streaming like 2 or 3 days a week. I guess if you're doing two, that might be a little bit too little, maybe. I'm not sure, but
I mean, I'd like to be doing more because I really enjoy it. And I don't know, I really enjoy it, and that's enough for me.
yeah, I mean, you're a good streamer and you have a lot of really cool things on your stream that a lot of people don't do, which I like. And it sucks to see streamers like you so low on the category. I hate that so much because there's quite a few people that are like that, and it's really sad to me. So I've always tried to prop up a lot of streamers that I feel are very exceptional because I don't have a huge platform, but on Twitch a lot of people know me. And so usually when I can help people, they usually get some type of assistance or some type of boost, at least a little bit. And I can't always do a lot, but I can do what I can because some people deserve it. And again, it comes down to the luck, and I want that luck to be nothing. I want the luck to be skill and not luck. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Just,
I appreciate that.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So when I'm looking for people, because a lot of times I'll just raid somebody who's really small. I'm like, okay, we're looking for somebody that has a camera. We're looking for someone that has a microphone. And I'm looking for someone who replies to me saying hello within 5 seconds. And if I can't find that, then I go on to the next stream. And it may sound harsh to some people. They're like, oh, he's just a new streamer. I'm like, I don't care. If you're streaming to one person, you need to treat it like you're streaming to 10,000 or 100,000 people. It needs to be the same. And then a lot of people say they're just doing it as a hobby, and I'm like, you should just not stream at all. You're taking away opportunities from people who genuinely want to be streamers. That's what you're doing. You're not doing it as a hobby, you're doing it maliciously. You just don't know it.
I mean, you have much more experience than I do. I don't know if I necessarily feel that way because like when I started it as a hobby. I never intended it for it to be anything more than that. And like kind of how you were saying like, hey, if I get into a stream and like, oh, they, I don't see like a camera, or they're not mic'd up, or they don't say hello, then I move on. And so that's what like a lot of the hobby streamers I think are doing. Like they're like, I'm gonna do what I feel like, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna get what I want out of this, and I'm not doing anything else. I'd assume that those
and that's where the maliciousness comes in. That's what I'm saying. You're taking viewers from other people that are trying. They're actually trying, and that's what bothers me, because currently that sounds really harsh, and I understand how that comes across. It sounds like I'm being a dick, but it's 100% true. Because right now, out of 15,000 people who press that go live button, 5 people will make the average US income, or sorry, not the average US income, the US minimum wage of like $15,000, which is like nothing, and this pre-tax. 5 out of 15,000. And of those 5, 3 of them will make the average, which is about 75,000. So it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And when you're having so many people, just press that go live button and say things like, "Oh, I don't really care," or "I'm just doing it for me. If people show up to the channel, it's whatever. I'll try to reply." But there's so many people that just they don't care at all, but they're so low in the category, there'll be, 200 or 300 people with anywhere between 1 and 5
Right.
viewers. So if you have that many people, but then you have, only 5 or 10 people that are actually trying to be streamers, all of those people that are in the bottom 200 streams are all in like these streams where people aren't going to be doing it for more than a month and stuff like that. So these streamers that are trying to make it are lower in the category. They're not exposed as much because there's less people there. I don't
I
know.
will. I will. I will.
Obviously, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if you want to do it as a hobby. Just realize that you're taking away viewership from people who actually want it.
I mean, that's fair. I will counter with this. If you are
Okay.
someone that is looking to do this, and this is still, of course, from my perspective as someone who's still pretty new to this, uh, and doesn't have the same, experience that like you and other people that have been doing this for a long time have. But I feel like anybody that's trying to do this for real, like not as a hobby,
Mhm.
they're putting in the work. They they won't.
They won't be there for
Well,
very
or
long.
even that, they won't be there because first of all, the people that are just doing it as a hobby and they're doing it for themselves purely, the viewers aren't going to stay. They're going to do exactly what you mentioned, like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to move on. And if you really are putting in the work, doing your research, and taking it seriously, you won't be in
Mhm.
that bottom, like, I've only got between 1 and 5 viewers. And when I say that, I mean, like, you, especially starting out, like, the big thing for me was like, okay, I'm going to call in some like some small favors. I'm going to be like, hey, look, my 10 friends, like, I don't care if you pay attention at all, but please, like, I'm going to go live at this time. Just pull me up on screen. Just put me up somewhere, because I know that I need that viewership. I've done my research. I know that I need to be above this point. Put me on there. I'm gonna make
Exactly.
like I made separate accounts. Like I made one for every device that I had in the uh that I had,
Yep.
so that I wouldn't be in that section. Um
Yep. I tell people to do the
right.
same thing because you have to. But you have to do that because those other people are there. You wouldn't have to do that at all if those people weren't
Yeah.
there. So. I mean, you definitely make a good point, and I mean it's a combination
Yeah.
of both. So you do weed out the people who aren't really doing anything to try, but the people who are doing the research and stuff, they're not really going to be down there. Or if they are, it's not going to be for very long. So, I mean, you definitely have a point, but just kind of depends on what people. It depends on how many people have friends, or if they have other devices.
Yeah. I guess the other thing,
Now you're calling people
like, I
out.
think I think of it from like the acting world angle of, say, like, professional theater versus community theater. Community theater is people that are not intending to do it uh, professionally. It's a thing that they
Hmm.
do for themselves, even though they are trying to put on, a good production, and
Good show. Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's but that's the purpose of it. This is something for the people that are involved first, not necessarily the audience first, and with no intention of ever being like a career or profession. And I don't
Hmm.
I never felt like that took away from, uh like, from professional theater. they're for different
True.
audiences, and sometimes the same audience, but people that go to professional theater are not going to be like, oh, community theater, actually that I can I'm that's I'm just going to go there instead of this. And I didn't feel like that pulled, like it wouldn't, it, I felt like those could exist at the same time in the same
Simultaneously.
space ish,
Yeah.
without detracting from each other. But it's not an exact uh comparison, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if it's completely analogous, but I do get your point. It does depend on the person. You obviously have to do it first before you even know if you like it or
Yeah.
not. And so a lot of people will do it as a hobby just to see, because if you don't like it, you're not going to
Oh
be good
yeah.
at it. Period. That's just kind of what it is. If you don't like it, you're not going to be good at it. And people are going to notice that, and they're not going to stay in your
Yeah.
channel and stuff like that. It's the same thing as anything else. And then you're going to hate it and you're not going to want to do it. So that sucks too. So a lot of times, hobbies end up being your profession. So I totally understand that. And the thing is, back in the day, when Twitch was first starting out, like, when it was just in TV days and then going into
Yeah.
Twitch, that's what it was. Nobody expected it to ever even possibly be a career. No one thought it was a thing, until, I think it was Day 9 or Destiny were the first ones, because I know they modeled the Twitch subscription platform after Day 9, but I think Destiny was the first one to quit his job and be a full-time streamer, if I'm not mistaken. But that was like 2011 or something. But nobody thought that it was an actual thing. But a lot of people just did it as a hobby, and since there were so little people doing it, they were able to get it, and they were able to make it big just because there was nothing. But now, if you want to make it big, you have to want to be, okay, I want to do this as a career, so I have to take it seriously. I have to do that research. I have to make accounts on my devices. I have to ask people. I have to do all this stuff. And which is fine, but don't expect to get out of that two viewer section if you're not actually trying. So it's really, I don't know, it's an interesting situation. But I still like giving people a chance, because some people, they just don't have the knowledge to look for that information. A lot of YouTube videos that say how to become a Twitch streamer or something kind of miss a lot of that. So I don't know, it's interesting. Wait, so how long have you been streaming? Like 2 years, the whole pandemic, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Man, there's uh I guess I
So you have been streaming a long time.
doesn't feel like it.
You've been streaming just as long as I have. What's wrong with you?
Right?
What are you
What
talking
have I been
about?
doing? I mean, okay, so it was
Like, people have been streaming forever, like you. I feel like an old man. I'm like, wait a second. I only started like during the pandemic. What's wrong with you? The fuck are you talking about? Why are you talking shit?
well, so I started out purely as a hobby, and it stayed that way for at least like a good year, where it was just like there's there was no expectation, like there wasn't anything that we were doing in particular to like to push it. We're just like, whatever it is, it is. We're having fun playing a video game and people watching. Um, and
Yeah,
I didn't stream Magic for, I don't think for the first year at all. Uh,
that might be why.
and I don't know. I did a few on that channel. It's a separate channel. Um, that we're still running. The name is Knights Who Say Ye. Uh, and
Wait, so what you play on that channel?
so we still doing Smash Ultimate on that channel.
Oh,
And
yeah, 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 that's right. Yeah.
mostly at this point run run by Jake, and just because of a change in my schedule, I wasn't, because until that change in schedule, I've been all still doing that channel with him, but um still even more with like a hobby uh mindset. But the VeggieWagon channel really only, I don't think has existed for 6 months yet.
Jeez. Yeah. I don't even I don't even remember when I first found you.
Because that's,
It had to have been pretty recent.
yeah, because that's that is the
Yeah,
point
I
when I
don't
was
even
like,
remember.
okay, I I know that I like to do this and I want to do this and that I can do this, so I'm gonna like put everything that I have into that, and then, so, like, I guess that's how I feel. That's how long I feel
So
like I've been streaming, but
you realized Ultimate sucks, basically, is what you're saying.
no.
Okay, all right. So, do you enter tournaments? Like, do you enter the Smash boxes and
Oh
stuff?
god, I'm terrible.
Or is that's what he calls them, right? Hungry Box calls them Smash Box. Do you watch other Ultimate streamers?
I don't watch a lot of live Ultimate streams. I watch like, um yeah, I don't watch a lot of I don't watch a lot of Smash streams. I watch a lot of VODs or clips. Uh but I'm fascinated with that level of gameplay, and I'm nowhere close to it. Um and it is the game, while I love it, is I get tilted very easily playing that game, and I it also,
Oh my
like,
gosh. Okay, now I have to see it. Is this recorded? You being tilted, is this
no,
recorded?
because I can at least put it, it's different if it's different while I stream, because that, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm focused more on the streaming than the game at that point. I'm like, I'm having fun with it. Streaming is fun.
Mm.
But if I'm playing it to like play, I, ooh, it's rough. And it's and
Have you ever broken a controller?
no, I have not. I don't get to that levels. It's just more like I invest too much of myself into it, because
Yeah. I
yeah,
got you. I understand. I understand.
yeah. And I'm not good at it. Like, it plays into my
That's funny.
weaknesses a lot. Like, my reaction time is very bad. And like, even just like like input precision, very bad. Um
Yeah. It's not
it's not
easy,
easy.
like by any
But
means.
I love the
No, it's not
depth
even close.
of
It's
it.
like extreme, even Ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even just doing like I don't play console, so this is extremely difficult for I know about it just because a lot of my friends were like pro players
Yeah.
and stuff, and I like watching it. Um, but like doing the tilt inputs, because you're not doing like full smash attacks, you're only doing the
Hmm.
joystick like
Yeah.
halfway before you do the input. And when the game is so fast, you have to decide whether you want to do a tilt or a full smash, that stuff. And then you can do it in every direction, whether you're going forward, but you need to do a back smash. So you're going like forward and then back, and you have to do all of these inputs. I mean, it has, from what I remember, at least for Melee, it requires more APM than StarCraft, which I find absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
But
for sure.
yeah. So what do you main in Ultimate? Are you Ice Climbers in
No,
Ultimate
because
too?
they're terrible.
They are terrible. That I was like, no wonder you get tilted.
No, I'm Bowser.
Okay, well Bowser's terrible. What kind of answer is
No, in
that?
Ultimate,
Well, I guess not online. Well, not online. Not online. Bowser's a monster
in
online
Ultimate,
because of the
Bowser's the
lag.
best heavy by far, and and I think I would argue, and I think a lot of pros will also would argue, is high tier. No,
Online,
on offline.
maybe. There's no
Yeah.
way. I don't believe you at
Character's
all.
good.
Not in the slightest. Okay. Now I'm looking at a tier
Yeah.
list. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I will
Hold on.
guarantee they put him.
Mm,
They put Bowser no lower than mid tier.
so there's S, A plus, A, B, C, D, E. What do you think he's in?
I would be surprised if they put him lower than B.
Okay. He's at the very bottom of A.
See,
So, but I don't know. I don't know who made this tier list. But yes, okay. Well, all right. You got me. I didn't think he was. I had no idea. I knew he was good in online play because of the lag.
He is
But
better online.
That's all
for
I
sure.
knew. Yeah.
But offline he's still good. I play him mostly because he's the heaviest character in the game, which means I can get hit more, and it's okay.
And if you land a hit, it hurts a lot more too. Yeah, I feel you. That's funny. That's actually kind of funny. Do you have any alts, or is it just Bowser?
My secondaries are Mr. Game and Watch. Because
you gotta hit
those nines.
You gotta hit the nines. You gotta hit
in
those
my
nines.
in my soul, I'm a Mr. Game and Watch main, but Bowser gives me the freedom to not be quite so good and still get wins.
That's fair.
So yeah,
it's the difference of playing a meta deck and a jank deck. Like, at heart of a jank player, but meta decks allow me to win.
Sometimes you just want to win.
That's funny. Wait, so what does your roommate play then? Does your roommate hate your Bowser?
No, because he crushes me every time. He is very good. He I think could I think he could make some waves in the competitive scene if he decided to. But he plays Ganondorf. He plays Ganondorf.
That's
like
awesome.
Because he can, and doesn't have to worry about me beating him. And then plays like Roy as a competitive character.
I see. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, Roy's definitely a good one. I was expecting like Steve. Or something.
God.
Minecraft Steve. He's so annoying from what I can see. He does some crazy combos though.
Yeah, it's a wild character.
I do love watching the clips. I love watching clips of Ultimate and Melee. A lot of times you'll see me I retweet Melee clips like all the time. Like, this is awesome. And then everybody who follows me is just like, what the fuck is this? This is not Magic content. I'm like, listen, Magic. Oh my god, he played a land, Pog. I'm like, come on, you don't realize how awesome this combo is. Come on, it's sick.
For real though, I think there's actually like, there's at least a small subset of the Magic community that's, because I feel like anytime I've posted stuff about Smash, there's been a bunch of people that are like, wait, you do Smash? We gotta play. And it's like,
right?
It was on
Ultimate's a bit different.
on the 24-hour stream that I did. I had a big section that was cut out for Ultimate, and I played some fantastic sets with Bobby Christine. That was a blast. Like I could have kept doing that for hours. We did at least for like 3 hours straight. But yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she's a commander streamer.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wonderful vibes.
Okay. Give her a follow. I'll have to check
Yeah.
it out. Yeah. I I'm torn with Commander. I like it. Like I can watch YouTube Commander content and I think it's interesting, but I don't play
Mhm.
paper. So Commander doesn't really do anything for. I can't do Commander because it's not on Arena.
It makes sense.
I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do with this. Yeah. I would love to play. I would totally play it, but unfortunately, it's not an Arena. So hopefully they completely remake the client and add 4 players. I would be super excited.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Um,
I would also be super excited if they did that, but I feel like we're a ways away from that, if at all. But
yeah. Well, there's a couple things. There's a couple things with that. It's because the old, or I guess he's kind of current, but the digital gaming CEO or something for
yeah,
WotC, the person who like heads up all the
yeah.
digital gaming stuff for WotC, he is now the CEO of
Oh,
Hasbro
that yeah.
because the
Okay, right,
CEO of
right. I did hear
Hasbro
that.
died, and so they got a new person, but he's never done anything in the digital space, and he's never done anything in card games. So I'm hoping this is hopium right here. I am really high on hopium right now. I if he's like, oh, he actually looks at the community input. Hopium, all right. He looks at he's like, oh, check this out, and then looks at the paper community. He's like, okay, a bunch of digital people want Commander. Commander makes us the most money on paper. Why don't we do Commander on Arena? And then somebody says, oh, the client can't support 4 players. We would have to remake the client. And he's like, remake the client. And the thing is, since the new CEO of Hasbro is the old digital CEO guy with WotC, it would be easier to get the money approved to hire essentially a whole new company. Because usually you can't be like, okay, let's hire 20 brand new people to just help with this project. You can't actually do that. But if you're making an entire new client from the ground up, you could just hire 100 people. Because, I mean, when Arena started, Arena was built by like 15, 20
It's
people,
crazy.
right? There was like nobody on
It's
the team.
crazy.
Yeah. And I think there's like 30 to, no, I think there's 40 or 50 developers now. So there's still not a lot. But they could, it's possible. Hopium. I'm
I mean,
hoping,
what everything you said checks out. So
but it's in March. In March is when the official switch goes over. If that would happen, I think it would be really good. I think it would be good. And then they could transfer all of the collections over to the new one. I think it would be awesome. I think it would be fucking. There's a lot of assets that could be transferred over. They could still use the same programming engine. They could add in the spectator mode. They could include tournament mode. I mean, there's so many things they could do.
please.
It would please WotC, please WotC. So if you could add anything to Magic, what would it be then?
Anything to Magic as a whole?
Whether it's Magic or Commander, something specific, and you can choose what it is.
Oh,
I know it's like the most generic, difficult question all at the same time. It's like, what's your favorite
right.
movie? It's like, give me a genre. All right, if you could change anything about the commander mechanic itself,
Oh, that's tough.
like as the commander,
Okay.
but you could only change one thing.
Uh, I don't have an answer for you for that, but I think I have an answer for you for the first one because I think Commander, like I'm, I play Commander. I'm definitely involved in the Commander community, but I am I
Mm-hmm.
am I'm I don't think I have enough knowledge to like
You're not
make any
hardcore.
sort of judgments on it, because I'm like a lot of things that I don't know. I just play it and I have fun, and a lot of like the more
Yeah.
intricate like analysis of that format in particular, uh, kind of goes over my head.
Yeah.
Because not until very recently had I even really considered that format as anything more than like hyper casual. Uh, like not because it can't be, but because that is always how I had played it. Um, but yeah, I think my answer.
Wait, are you getting into
What?
CEDH? Are you getting into CEDH?
Yeah, because
Like the
because I like the
competitive
people that
commanders?
play it. I
Oh,
I
jeez.
I
All right, sorry. Answer the other question first, and we
okay,
can
okay.
get into that.
I they're already on their way to this. But I just want more non-game um aspects to it. I really like the idea of a magic like show series. I like the idea of like
Mm,
movies of uh I don't know, just other extensions of that universe. I love the game, and I can't think of anything in particular that I'm like, oh, it is totally missing this. This is what I need in game. Um, but I know that there already is like a Netflix show in the works. But yeah, give me
yeah.
give me give me that. Give me more music like they just did the Hatsune Miku like collaboration.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm interested. Did they say exactly what that was?
I don't
Is it just going to be card art on a secret layer? Because that would be big sad.
I I
I mean, it would be
I
fine,
don't
but
think they said anything
if
about
it was
how
music,
as of now, from at least from what I've heard, there's not any game crossover. Like not any in-game cross. I
Mhm.
Because the post that they put said that uh there was not going to be any cards like in Kamigawa. Um and I hadn't heard anything else about like a secret layer would make a lot of sense, but I don't think they've announced that.
Yeah,
Um it's just the song at this point.
interesting. That'll be. Wait, so you keep up with the lore too?
Uh
Are you balls deep in the lore?
I don't, which is I think part of the reason that I would like to have that kind of thing. Because it's like I guess like for the same reason that I haven't watched like Game of Thrones or stuff like that, because I'm like I feel like I'm so late to it. I'm like how in the world do I catch up? I'm trying to like absorb whatever I can now, but um
Yeah,
would love to have it in like an easy to
in abridged mode.
digest like episodic sort of thing. And there's probably some really good like YouTube creators out there that are doing that kind of
I
thing,
think
but
I think Amazonian does it on stream like once a week. She has like a lore think. I want to say she does like a. I swear she does some type of lore thing on stream from time to time. I don't remember. And maybe it's just when a new set comes out or when a new book comes out. But she does. She definitely does something with it. But there are a ton of YouTube channels that do it. When I was looking for the Kamigawa story, I found a couple. And usually it's like 30 minutes long or something like that. So it's like, interesting. I have no idea how true it is to the book. They could have been lying the whole time. I would have absolutely no idea. I'd be like, yeah, totally interesting. Like the reality chip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, sure, sure. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know. Things I've seen with the lore are very odd. I don't know. It seems all over the place, but I had an abridged version of the Kamigawa story, and it was I don't know. I don't know. People thought it was funny, but I have no idea how actually accurate it was. But yeah, I'm sure there's like if you read the books and stuff, you could probably do a lore series for videos.
Not me.
Like just do parts. Well, you start from the very beginning, and you not like the whole like YouTube videos, the long ones, but you could do like your acting ones, and you could do short ones. And it would be a reoccurring series for 30 million years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have content for
It
forever.
takes so long.
But
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. Hey, you could just do whatever, or you could just start recently, I guess. Anytime Jace shows up, you could just be Jace or something. I have arrived. Hello. Or I guess you could just stick to Ragavan.
yeah. Oh,
Did you do something when he got banned?
I did. I danced. I danced the choreography to InSync's "Bye Bye Bye."
Oh, that's right. That's right. That'll be in the description below, by the way. That one's fantastic. I always admire the people who can do the cringe content without being cringe. I don't know if that makes sense. Do you know
Yes,
what
I
I
know.
mean?
Oh, as some, yeah, that's I
Yeah.
know exactly what you mean because I do it. um,
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. It's like you're a perfect example of people who do cringe content without being cringe. And that's so hard to do. I'm trying to think of someone else in the community who does that. It's so hard to do it. I have no idea how people do it. It's fascinating. You're so good at it.
it's. I mean, all you have to do, you need. I feel like you need two things. One, you need to be aware. You need to be self aware because you need to know going into it. Like, okay, this is cringy. This is very much cringe content. Uh, and two, and you'd be like, great, I'm gonna lay into it as hard as I can.
So all yeah, okay, interesting.
That's it. Like if
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
if
Huh.
it's cringe, don't try and make it not cringe. Know that it is. Go go full out.
Yes. Okay. All right. I might try something. Maybe. I don't know if I actually maybe I do. Maybe I will. I'll do something cringe every once in a while in a longer video, but usually I don't just because it's hard for me. But maybe I'll try something and then be like
All you have to do is have no
I
shame.
might try
That's
something.
it. You know.
I don't have any I have I have none. That left a long time ago. Interesting. Wait, so how do you come up with your ideas? Is there a brainstorming process or is it just like what clicks into your mind? Or is it recent topics that come up on Twitter? Do people feed you ideas?
um, I am. It's very. Is it? Um, sometimes
So it's just
something.
coming back from the graveyard like a phoenix?
Sometimes just things happen, and I'll be like, I'll hear a song and it'll just be like, this is the parody. And I'll be like, oh, all right, let's go. Or sometimes some something on Twitter, I'll be like, that's kind of funny. What happens if I explore that? It's actually very hard for me to turn somebody's suggestion into something because I think for the same reason, because it doesn't have that, it's not coming from wherever else everything else is coming from, like that point of inspiration, it being someone else's, is hard for me to connect to. Like for instance, I a lot of people have suggested in particular that I do a parody of We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto, as We Don't Talk About Runo, the card, Runo Stromkirk. Uh
I don't know any of those. I don't know either of those. I'm on your page and be like, I don't know how to do that
well,
either.
there's a very it's a super popular song uh from the Disney movie, the most recent Disney movie, Encanto. And then there's a card from uh, uh one of the Innistrades that's named Runo.
Like the OG
Huh?
Innistrades? Like the OG
No, the ones
Innistrades
that
or
just
one of
came
the
out.
newer
It's just
ones?
like you're a constructed player, right? Yeah, it is
Yes.
not. It's not constructed viable, so that's probably why it's not on your radar
I'll
at all.
construct. I don't play. I play commander decks on Arena. That's what I do. That's what people tell me I do. They're like that's a commander card. I'm like, "No. This is a great
Yeah.
card."
Well, then maybe you should take a look, because it would be a fun commander
I'll
card.
look
But
right now.
um
Let's see. 1/4 flying. When it enters the battlefield, put one target creature from your graveyard on top of your library. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal the card if a creature. Oh, that's right. I have seen this. I've seen this in a couple videos where they'll play it in
huh?
limited. They'll play it in limited, like in draft, and the streamer that it gets played against, they're like, "Oh, this isn't gonna flip." And then the next turn, it's like some weird ass worm. It's like a 6/6 for 8 mana, and they're like, "What the?
Uh-huh.
Who plays this?" So it's like blue, black, and
Yeah.
green.
Yep. See, that's
Like,
the
what
thing.
is
I'm the one
this?
on the other end that's playing all of that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
But yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's
I've never touched this card ever.
like if you want to have
That's funny.
some fun jank in constructed brew, go for it, but it's not good. It's not good. I like it. I like it in limited, but it's not good in constructed. Um
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But yeah, so a bunch of people on across a couple platforms had said like, "Hey, you should do this," and I'm like, on
Yeah.
on paper, it ticks a lot of boxes. I'm like, great, it's a popular song that people are connecting to right now. Um, I
Yeah.
like the, like it's a convenient parody. Like that just works. That just
Yes.
works. But I've struggled writing it because it didn't come from wherever things are coming from in here. Um,
Gotcha. So you just need another stroke of genius
or a stroke
type
of
of thing.
something. But
You're like, I don't know, it's giving me
yeah,
a stroke, that's for
exactly.
sure.
I'm like, this is great, and I hope somebody writes it, but I don't know if it's. I can't do it. It's not all coming to me.
I mean, if you can do a backflip, maybe because the card flips. I'm just throwing out stupid
See?
ideas. I don't know. Don't ask me to come up with ideas. I'm I'm not creative at all. I feel I don't know. I don't know what it is. What's your next project then? You got to have something coming down the line.
I have.
You do videos like every week? 2 times a week? How frequently?
I do videos as soon as I have enough time to do video, which it is
Yeah.
tough. Is tough between I at least for me, like
Yeah.
the way that my schedule pans out, because I need it to be time off when I had like at a convenient time to do a video, because uh if I need daylight or if I need a certain space or something. Um, and then finding like, being able to get the materials that I need for it, blah blah blah. I don't have a set schedule for it. I just put them out as soon as I can, as soon as I'm able to. But I have a huge backlog of things ready to do.
Nice.
Uh so many things, like short little funny ideas, full-blown parodies, collaborations that I'm sitting on that I'm like, I promise this is a thing. I have not had the time for it. Um I'm like, I'm working on some big moves to hopefully clear up more time in my schedule to be able to do these things, because I think they will be I think they'll be great. I think they'll be great, and I really want to bring them to everybody.
That
But
it would not surprise me. I'm pretty sure everyone is excited to see them. I'll watch your videos on stream every once in a while, and then obviously link to you. But oh my, there's like not a single person that watch it on my stream that's like, this is stupid. Everyone's like, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. Everybody loves it. So the people who show up in my stream love your content. That it's at least that. Um, so I think it's great. I think a lot of people really like your content. I don't know if everyone can relate to your content, but I think even if they don't, they still really like it. Have you thought about doing? I'm not giving you an idea. Well, I mean, kind of. But are you able to record inside your day job place? Like, is there a cool thing that you might be able to use for one of your videos that they would allow you to record there for like a little
yes,
bit? I don't know if
is the short answer. Like, yeah, the place I work at is very cool and has a lot of things that I could definitely use for videos. But that, I guess that's not. I have some plans for that, but it is still then time I need outside of the regular workday, uh, and time where they are not, like, I'd have to go in at a time where they're
exactly.
closed so that
Yeah, it would be like midnight or
right,
something.
um with everything prepared. But yeah, because they have some very cool stuff that I can definitely use, and I have a couple things like in that log, in that backlog, that I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this, but I
Got to do that before you
I know
move.
I got some time.
You
I got
have
some time.
to. Yeah, that's true. You got a couple months. You got a couple months. I think that would be cool. Just doing it in different places than just having like a green screen and stuff is always nice. Change up the scenery. And then when you move, things are going to be completely different too. Maybe not completely different, but you just unlock so many different things anytime you change
Right.
areas. New new inspiration. What collabs do you have going on with people? What's in the backlog?
All right,
Spoil. Spoil. Spoil.
let me see what I can spoil. I personally, I don't want to spoil any collabs for the double reason of, one, it's really cool, and two, especially
Don't want
because
to
of this
pressure
struggle that I'm
them.
having of like when I can get things out, that pretty much everybody that I've reached out to, because like it'll still be like that like, boom, oh, I need to do this, and that is the person that I need to do it with. Everyone that I've reached out to, I've been very clear, like, hey, this is a thing coming up. I don't know when exactly, but when it happens, are you cool with this? Would you like to be part of it? And yes. So I don't want to also put something out there that a person has like
Yeah,
tentatively uh committed to, but without any details from me. Let me see. What do I
exactly.
have? What do I have? Um
Totally understand that. Wait, so what made you do the podcast instead of collabs with other people? Is it just because the other things require more work
you
on
mean
your
like
side,
this
I guess?
today, right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh mostly because you reached out to me. um I mean, it seems simple, but that kind of thing means a lot to me. Um and
Mm,
I try to make time for that, for anybody that's willing to do that for me. Um Plus you're cool. So I didn't want to miss that. Um
thank you, I appreciate it. But I went to you for a reason, so
uh and like I have I have more things that I'll be doing today, so I felt satisfied that, like, okay, I'll be able to do this and get some other stuff done. Um let's see. I guess this is not so much of a spoiler, since I it has already happened, but it only just happened. Um I started a new series that I'll be doing live on stream, ideally every week. Um where it's like a I haven't named yet because I haven't come up with a good name for it, but it's like the SNL weekend update, but with the Magic community.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My very
So it's like a joke on all of it?
yes.
Is it parody or is it
Yeah, so
okay?
yeah, like
I'm trying to think.
a comedy based news like roundup.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So that's twitch.tv/
yeah.
VeggieWagon.
Yeah, last night was the first
Yeah.
one. And it seemed to go over well. I had a lot of fun with it. I need to
Nice. I'll have to check out my competition.
I think mine is very will be very different from from what you put together. It's because it for me
Yeah.
it's just like tiny little snippets. Like I did four jokes, and I think that's probably about as much as I can handle per week. But um
Oh, did you have a script? Did you write it
yeah,
beforehand and everything?
yeah.
Nice. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch this. Are you gonna release the video of just that?
I love that's the plan. I was like, I want to do this because I have some ideas for it. I think it'll be fun to do it live, and it's something that's easy to then like clip and post on a couple platforms.
Everywhere.
Um
Yeah.
the only thing that I am hesitant on is one of the jokes that I made uh is about a topic that's getting kind of blown up on Twitter right now, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to jump in the middle of that. I have already done so by making the joke, but
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. Wait, what is it?
Uh
What is it?
there's a certain artist that has been under some scrutiny,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
and
Yeah. You made a joke about it? Okay.
I had to.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna do about that. I brought it up and I was like, I don't even want to talk about this. And I said that even when I brought it up. I was like, all right, this happened. I don't really give a fuck. It's so
It's
stupid.
so
I
dumb,
just
but I
don't
was
even want to
like
talk about it.
I was like, that's it's prime for some good comedy. And
Yes. Oh my gosh, I want to hear this now. I need to watch this VOD. I'm 100% doing
I
that.
if
Like right after
I think
this. I'm gonna make some food and then watch that. Do you have a
I
timestamp
don't, because
of
I'm
this?
not good at streaming stuff.
Damn it.
But the one that main joke, I somebody did clip it, so you can probably see it in there. And I'm probably going to do it again when I stream tonight. Just because I'm still getting, I want to get a good feel for like how to do the segment smoothly live. Um, so I will probably do it again tonight, but
Yeah, you're. I don't know. That's crazy to me. There's no way I could do that live. Absolutely no way. It take to do to do my weekly news thing that's like 8 to 10 minutes long takes me an hour, half an hour to an hour to record or something like that. I have no idea, especially since you kind of said you had a script ish where you had some jokes. There's no way I could do that. There's absolutely no way. I can't do recording. I don't know how you do that. And I don't know how you subscribe or not subscribe. I don't know how you read a script and do it live all at the same time. I don't know. It's crazy. People that do that, you're really good at streaming and you're really good at recording. Oh my god.
I have an advantage. It was my
this?
job for X amount of years to be able to do
That's
that
fair.
exactly that thing where I'm either performing live or or performing a
Oh my
script.
god, I found the
So
clip.
I spent some time working on those skills.
Oh my god, I just found the clip. Holy shit. This is fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be in the description below too. Holy shit. That is fantastic. Oh my god. You're such a troll. This is what is this? How do you what? I didn't know you. That's edgelord right here. That's fantastic. That's super edgy. That's
It was
great.
it's
love it.
it's a little like past my typical brand, but I was like the joke just happened in my brain and I was like,
Yes.
it needs to exist.
So funny.
I'll
It has to. It has to. Oh my god. That's so amazing. All right, yeah. I agree. It's one of the best things I've seen all week. For sure. Oh my god. Okay, I need to close it out. It's too funny. Okay, I got to stop looking at it. Oh my god. All right. I'll have to listen to it. I don't know what you said. I just saw the picture
yep.
and I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. Yeah, my segment was a little bit more critical, I think. It's just like,
Yeah. That's
yeah. It's
I also
ridiculous.
for me, I guess this I don't talk about this a lot and I probably won't talk about it too much, but like this kind of tracks back to what we were talking about when we were talking about Twitter as a whole and like how how you feel being on a platform like that and how to like I at least where I stand now, like I don't feel like I have either the audience or the influence uh or really even the knowledge to make a lot of uh like strong statements about that
That
stuff.
stuff.
I certainly have opinions on them. And while the majority of people that are on Twitter, that's all that you need to make a post. Uh, I tend to avoid that sort of thing, which then I think
Yeah.
means I don't get a lot of that back.
True.
Which makes
True.
it easier for me to enjoy what's good about that platform versus getting into the thick of what can be toxic.
True.
Now there may come a
Which
day,
obviously makes sense
which I
because
hope,
if you interact
yeah,
with
yeah,
toxicity, you'll attract
yeah.
toxicity.
Now, there's the other side of that where I think at a point, if all of this were to go well for me, um, where I will not be able to deny that I have the following and that I have the influence, where it's my responsibility to then make to say things about this, but and I'll have to figure out what I do about that at that point. But I think right now, uh
Mm.
I don't have it, so why put myself in there?
Yeah. Yeah. I I'm kind of in the same situation. I don't know. I don't really want to be involved in it just because I don't care enough about what other people are doing. I just like you, I have my opinions, and then but I'm way more like following up with facts instead of just going off knee jerk reactions. Just because I've seen so many things just crumble apart based on initial stories or initial reports. And then later on, once they find out, there's cameras or whatever, things that actually happen, and you're just like, this is completely different than what the fuck I thought happened. And so if it got to that situation to where, you would have the influence, I would almost be on a completely different Twitch stream or YouTube channel going through and actually doing the research live, going with the people and being like, okay, this is what I can do. This is the only thing I can do. Because I'm not an expert on any of
Right.
that stuff. And I would never claim to be. Even if I had the influence, I would be like, don't listen to me. I'm not anything. I'm just an entertainer. I do IT stuff on the side. You expect me to know anything about virology or anything? You can't expect me to know this stuff. I'm sorry. And so you would have to basically do a research stream for either a couple weeks or at least dedicate one to educate yourself while trying to educate other people. But I don't know. It just seems so difficult, and I don't know how people do it without falling into some type of weird isolated. What do they call it? Something echo chamber. So does yeah. I feel like it would be really difficult to not land into that, but I have no idea. It's crazy. It's crazy to
Yeah.
me. I almost don't want to get there. I don't want people to look at me for life advice on that front. Like as far as how they should opinion or how their opinion should be or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't want to be that person. Like think for yourself. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I don't know. Just I want to entertain people. I don't care about anything else. But education, sometimes you have to educate people if they're that ignorant. Sometimes you just have to.
And it's
Yeah.
tough figuring out that is your responsibility and when just difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. But I learned that while streaming. I think initially, like while in other streams, I've noticed there was times that I wish the streamer did more education. Like if somebody comes in and, they would disrespect a woman or something in their channel or say something really homophobic or something like that, instead of just flat out banning the person, depending on the size, obviously, but instead of just banning the person, actually like talking to them or talking it out, I feel is not as constructive. So I have actually talked some things out with people that have said some stupid shit in my channel, and I feel like the channel as a whole was better because of it. And I think those people became better people because of it. I think. Because I think there was some type of education that they just weren't aware of that maybe now they are aware of. So I don't know. It just kind of comes down to what you wish other people would do and then just implementing it. Which is probably the same what you do with content creation. You're like, I wish people would do this. And then since nobody does it, you do it. That type of thing.
Yeah. Actually, that's
Which is
interesting because I
clearly
was gonna
what you
say
do
the extra
because nobody
factor,
else does that.
like the extra factor in that, which then you made that analogy and was like, oh yeah, that works perfectly. Is energy, because you want to be able to engage everybody like that, but at a certain point, you know, and everybody's got a different capacity for what how much they of that they can do before it's just like I just need to ban you because I can't do this for like I for whatever
Yeah.
reason. And then the same for
You can't get stun locked,
Right.
obviously.
The same for content creation. It's like, okay, nobody's doing this, and I'm just gonna do this, but also, do I have the energy to do it? Do I have energy left after whatever else in life?
Yeah, that's actually really funny. Interesting. Yeah, I really want to see that news thing now. Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
the
So,
idea will
how
be
did I not see this clip? When was this clipped?
yesterday.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I only just did it last night.
Yeah, cuz I go through I go through all the clips in the Magic directory on Tuesdays. So if it was yesterday, then I wouldn't have saw it. So I'll see it on the 15th. I'll probably see it before then. I'll watch it, but I won't actually see it until the 15th.
Yeah, we'll see if
I'll
I decide to
probably
upload
include
to
it. I'll probably include it in a video.
I'll probably put it someplace.
I will probably, yeah, I'll definitely include it in something, 100%, and it'll be great.
But let's see. I'm looking at my
It's so
backlog right now. See
ridiculous.
if there's anything that I'm allowed to spoil for you.
There's gotta be some. Spoil. I don't even know what I don't even know if I have anything to spoil. Okay, maybe. I guess you moving is a spoiler. Spoiler
Right,
alert.
spoiler alert. Yeah. Except for I've been like
In 2 months my room is gonna look different.
I've been posting all over Twitter like, "Hey, I'm moving. Does anybody want to start a creator
Roommate?
house?" Like every other day. Everybody's like, "Yeah, that'd be."
I was like the first person.
I'm like, "Cool. I mean this seriously though." MTG Hype
Yeah.
House.
Yeah. I've looked into it many, many, many times as far as putting something together. I wish sometimes.
All right, here.
But I was at a point.
One thing I can, because this will be coming out, this will be happening sometime soon, but I don't know exactly when, because it's hard for me to estimate how much work I will need to put into it before it's released. But there will be some sort of exclusive content thing, like
Card reveal?
like some sort of exclusive content subscription thing coming out.
Johnny Sins? Are we talking
Right,
OnlyFans?
going back to my roots.
Are we back to this? Every single time. 100% this is happening. This is what's going on. Interesting. Okay. Custom subscription thing. I see.
But yeah, I've got a bunch of new parodies on the way too. One about Commander Rule Zero. One about
what's Rule 0?
Oh, just like talking about how playing the game before you play the game. Say, I guess as not a Commander player, it's confusing. it's a thing of much debate. The thing of much debate where players are supposed to communicate with each other about what kind of experience they'd like to have while playing the game, since it's such a wild format. But
so like, okay, don't play $5,000 decks that have dual lands and the most OP cards on the planet versus, okay, we're kind of casual,
right?
Just kind of hanging around. That type of thing. Okay.
Okay. I have a boy band parody coming up that I'm very excited about.
Ooh, that's my that sounded so
This one is
devious.
I've been working on, like this has been in the works for a while, and that like there I'm very happy with who's on board for it, and it's just like this is like
It's a
I can't
collab.
even think of anything more my brand as is just like it's a fun parody, but all like there there's a beautiful little storyline through it. It's got some really great people. Uh it's yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I have some other cosplays coming up.
Interesting.
I've never
Hmm.
done any other ones other than Ragavan, at least not magic ones. And not no, I'm not even really like because the only other ones I've ever done were like I'm gonna stick some construction paper on my face and I look barely like this cartoon character. Um,
Iron Man.
right there we go. Yeah, nailed it. But I have yeah I have some funny cosplays that I'm working on.
Hmm, okay. Are they going to be like good cosplays, or are we going back to construction
They will
paper?
be there will be both. There will be because like I think there's a lot of I think the comedic value of a cosplay for ones that are funny differ in what it is because like if you take a ridiculous concept and then you go all out on it, that can be really really funny where you're just like are you kidding me, you this looks so good but you did all of that work for this stupid joke. um and I
Yeah.
certainly I have one specific one in mind where I'm gonna try and do this as full out as possible, and it's such a stupid joke. um and then there's other ones where it's like, oh, the lowest budget cosplay that you can possibly do for this, that is the fun.
Have you seen this guy?
Right.
Have you seen this guy? I just leaked you a picture.
Oh yes,
He
yes,
does
I have seen this guy.
he does really really low budget cosplays, and they're so funny out of nothing. He makes nothing out of everything. It's so funny. It's so funny. He's ridiculous. Oh my
It's
god,
so good.
the cat Batman. Oh my god. He puts a cat on his head, and the cat has like ears and has the eyes, and it's just Batman right next to him. Oh my god. This guy is so funny. Wait, is it gonna be like that? Because that looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's there's some ideas like
I'm
that.
excited.
There's some ideas like
Okay, I'm super excited. I cannot wait.
I think it'll be a
Oh
while
my
before I do this one,
gosh.
so I'll spoil it now. One of the ones that I'm like, I think a really funny, super low budget Ashiok cosplay, like
It's my favorite Planeswalker.
like
Oh my
cause
god.
like
All right.
that's an intense look to pull off. Like like how else do you
If you need someone to do the voiceover, you let me know.
oh maybe we'll talk. But
I do it on my stream all the time. And yes, it's very parodied, but it's also pretty accurate. Yes, you let me know anytime. I got you. Yeah, people help out with a lot of my videos, so I try to help out whenever I can, but nobody seems to ask for anything like ever in the community. Nobody's like, "Hey, you want to be on a podcast?" or "Oh, hey, you want to do this collab?" And I don't know if it's just cuz it's me or if they just don't do that in general. I don't quite know, but everyone that I've reached out to if they want to do a podcast, everyone's like, "Yeah, sure." So I don't think it's me, but it's just weird that everyone's doing all these things, but it doesn't seem that most people are like reaching out to a lot of other people.
yeah.
unless it's Commander, I guess.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Commander collabs. There's a lot of Commander
I mean,
collabs.
it, like there are so many reasons to play the game, but even from like a creator standpoint, doesn't hurt to
Oh yeah.
doesn't hurt to play to also make some good friends, make some connections.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone I know that plays Commander, I always try to refer them to other people that are like hosting Commander streams. Do you host Commander streams?
Not off. Actually, I don't think I've ever done it other than for the 24-hour charity stream. Uh,
Yeah.
because that's not typically
Do
my
you
kind of
know?
stuff. Like I like not command like Commander. I love playing Commander, but streaming it is not normally my thing.
Mhm. Yeah, because I know a lot of people. Do they use? Is Spell Table? No. What's the stuff you actually can mouse over the cards and you can
Yeah,
see
spell
it?
table.
But it's even. Is it Spell Table? Okay. Yeah, that's always interesting to me. I find it so difficult to see the cards because I don't know any of the cards. That's why it's so difficult for me to
Yeah.
play it or to watch it. I just think it would be really, really good if you had all four players and then you had one person like, focusing on chat and the game and explaining what, like, being a really, really good commentator. So somebody who knows all the decks, like if they knew the decks beforehand that they were playing, I think that would work really, really well on stream. I just don't know how realistic it is. But that was something I would actually watch because that's the only way I can really watch it, and that's why I can watch game
Mhm.
nights
Yeah.
because they like go over each
Right.
card and they're like, "Oh, hey, this is what this does." I'm like, "Oh, I've never seen that card before." So,
Yeah. Funny, I actually pitched something very, very similar uh to my team. I was like, "Hey, I don't think I have time to do something like this, but somebody should." And then yeah, for exactly the same reasons that you said.
yeah. If it ends up happening, you let me know. I would watch it for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
It's in the backlog.
Degen Degen has done a lot of stuff. They've helped a lot with the
Oh
community.
yeah.
How did you get involved with it?
Uh
Did you just
wait, sorry, did you say when or how?
both? I guess more how.
Uh I did it. I in I this is like tip this is me. Um I saw Nerd Girl had posted a video saying, "Hey, starting a team. It's going to be all magic based creators and we're looking for applications and we will take we'll take applications from anyone." And we're like, "Ha ha ha. Ha. Yeah, okay. All right, sure. From anybody? From anybody? Okay. Well, you know what? This will never happen in a million years, but it'd be really cool if it did. So I'm gonna give it a shot." Uh, and it was like, you're a pretty standard, like, hey, just like here's a form or whatever. Fill out some information about yourself. Like, tell us what you do and blah blah
Hmm.
blah. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make a video.
Hell yeah.
And I made a
It's
this
five head right there.
stupid video. Saying how like, hey, there's not really any good reason that you should take me, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of funny, so that's, I guess there's that. So and I sent it to her, and on stream, I was not watching the stream at this point, but on stream, she was like, "Hey, I just got a video application from some guy for the team. Let's watch it." And
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
just pulled
That's
it up on her
fantastic.
stream. Everybody was like, yeah, we like this guy." She's like, "Okay, cool. We're gonna call him now." and she's
Really?
and she's she's West Coast, like we said. So, for me, it was like 2
Yeah.
a.m. and luckily, I was I should have been asleep at that point because I work in the morning, but I wasn't. And I just got a DM saying, "Hey, heard you were interested in the team. Can we do an interview right now, live on my stream?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna say no to that, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's I'm so ready for that." And I guess the rest was history.
That's awesome. So you like the team so far? I can
Oh
assume.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been everything. Um, like just to be just to be associated with all the amazing people that are on that team, and then on top of that, like just having the resources, having people that I can ask about things, having someone setting up like sponsorships, uh having the support, like, oh, did I just got like a 500-person raid because I just happened to be on the same time, as one of the big team members, or just, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I've struggled with, myself, as like a creator, is like maintaining my own community. Like, I really struggled to keep a Discord together, so I just kind of stopped. uh so it's like, I don't know what it was. It was just like, this is like one thing too much for me. um and
Yeah.
so
Most people let their discords die.
I was like, couldn't do it. But
Most of
then
them.
they've
So
they, that's
it's
that's been
not
a big
you.
help, where it's like, okay, cool, I can this is a great place for me to interact with everybody,
Yeah.
but I don't have to maintain it. I don't like that's
Exactly.
Yeah. uh
That's pretty sweet.
it's great.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of benefits. Yeah, that's awesome. Especially if somebody that has a day job and needs to do everything else. Saves a lot of
Yeah.
time. Lot of time. How close are you to actually going full time content creation? Do you mind me asking?
Like, mentally, like, I would do it tomorrow. um like,
Guess it's more monetarily. A
monetarily
lot of people, I think, mentally would be ready.
monetarily, like on paper, so far away. Like, I've learned not to. I've learned that anything that I estimate is not correct. I've learned that some things will come really, really quickly. Way before, one thing like joining a really cool streaming team can push things really quickly. Um,
Yeah.
so even the things that I feel like are very far away are hopefully not as far as I think. But moving into full-time content creation, financially, seems like something that's very far away.
Mhm. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's far away for a lot of people, especially in. Are you going to branch out to other games, or are you going to be strictly MTG?
I am not sure. Like, I guess really it's yes. Like, yes, I will definitely branch out to other games. And I intend to make like some content for other for other things that I like as we go. Um, I just don't know when that is, because that also means more time. Like, I have a lot of other games that
Yes.
I like to play, but I'm like, I don't want to take away time from like Magic stuff that I'm doing right now. Uh, and I don't know what the right timing is for, like, because like I've seen a lot of really amazing growth, and I'm so grateful for that. But I know that moving into something new, uh, while in the long term can mean really good things, will cut into that short.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Hopefully everything pans out. Moving into a content creation house would help with the rent at least. It'll cut down at least some of the bills. I think that's why people do it. I think that's really why a lot of people do it. It helps so much. But cool. So do you have anything else you wanted to share? It's been way longer than I anticipated. It's always planned for an hour. It's been 2.5 hours.
Look, I just bring people that are less interesting onto your podcast. Stop asking interesting questions, and bring dull people on. It's easy as that.
I only want to talk with people that I find interesting and that I actually want to talk to. And I think that's what the problem is. because I don't want to just talk with somebody for an hour. I'd be like, oh yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? Hey, what are you doing? But so it does make things a little bit more difficult for my editor. Because the first couple were about an hour, and now they're like 2.5 hours, and he's like, yo, what the fuck?
Hey, buddy, sorry.
But... His name is Certified.
Sorry, Certified. Well, I don't know if I have anything on the way out. Just expect some big things coming. I'm the type of person that's gonna swing for the fences on most things that I do, and I'm certainly gonna take some risks, but at the very least, it means a lot of fun and entertaining things for everybody likes what I'm doing. So
yeah, which is awesome. Well, you're definitely destined for great things at the very least. You're going to make a lot of people laugh, a lot of people smile. And that means a lot to a lot of people because there's a bunch of bullshit that happens in the world, and one extra person smiling means a lot. So thank you for your service, I suppose.
Hey, that's all that I'm here for. As long as it's still working, then I'll still be working.
Yeah. Awesome. Good. Why don't you tell people where to find you again? Then
you can
tell me to
follow me or sub or like or whatever at VeggieWagon on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok, and VeggieWagon Yee on Twitter for all of you people that can handle Twitter.
Wait, what is it? Y-I or Y? What is we?
Oh, Yee, Y-E-E.
Veg, Yee. Oh, okay. Yeah, Y-E. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay, yes, and all the links will be in the description below, or if you're listening to it, they'll all be in the description of the podcast because we are on all major podcast platforms. So if you want to listen instead of watching, it's all there. But if you want the video stuff, that'll be on YouTube.
Ooh.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's it for us today. Thank you all for listening and watching. Thank you all so much for watching to the very end. I do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow, especially since it's a new one. So please share it with anybody who you think might be interested. Hit that subscribe button, bell notification, and leave a comment.